This is sort of a little bit of a different subject I thought I would share with everybody here that I communicate through all the networks. Um, that's the gift of cosmic level micro cellular organisms, phone system, network, communication through all the seeded races, language and codes. So I was thinking about, because things move so fast, right? Once I've experienced it, I don't remember it because there's other things to experience in the now when you are what love is. It goes on forever, right? So this came to me to share this for those that have an interest in this about what's known as past, present, and future, right? Why we have RAM, which is read active memory, but more importantly, one word. And Mr. Smith, with Neo in the Matrix, mentioned it. It's very critical why that conversation between the two of them was a message from both of them to all of us through that movie. So if you remember Mr. Smith, aside from the fact that he was blaming Neo because Neo was a badass gamer, okay? So now Mr. Smith was blaming Neo for being a badass gamer. Nobody could outgame Neo. Neo was the one. So what Mr. Smith is saying is blaming Neo for Snake Eyes. You're the grand creator. You came first. I came second. Who's on first? Who's on second? No, what's on third? Home base, lit on fire. That's an eternal flame. That's an eternal fire. With the Father of a living spirit and the breath of aloha into the Mother. When the Father of a living spirit breathes the breath of living spirit into the Mother, they become one. They're joined as one. Now they're both joined on fire. Burning everything up as they go. Cool colors. Well, we need some oil, some lubricant, some lube, like a lube job. Lube the gears. Right? And so when I think of records and RAM, or if you will, what gets recorded magnetically and held as a record, then imagine you're a 4-year-old little boy and you're going, I don't want to record any of this because none of this represents what the truth is. Because the truth is what's real, because real living light is on fire. To experience being on fire. To create a brand new world that is different than the one I'm experiencing, because this one is not what love is. Scrub it like scrubbers they have in their smokestacks. Scrubbers, scrubbing all the elements that are produced as a result of what they use their minds, energy, consciousness to build, through all their war machine factories, through all their biological weapon factories, through all their weapon factories of schools, pharmaceutical giants, all their corporations. See? Go take a look and see what they're doing down at Oak Ridge. Walk in and say, hey, listen, why are you trying to reverse engineer what I am? I'm a living star. You're trying to figure out how I became what it is I am? Ask me. Ask a living star up at the sun. How did you become a star? How did you become to burn so hot and give us free energy? Become what love is. Become what love is. That's the law of one. Become what love is. Become what love. Be what love is. Be with Adam. Be with atoms in balance. Record keeping exercises. So I mentioned this to my clan mother. Okay? If I'm experiencing things as a result of isn't what love is, remember I mentioned when I was a small child, I'm not supposed to be experiencing this. Then delete it. Burn it up. That means you're burning up part of your own recording. You're burning up your own record. Okay? So the law of one doesn't experience any records. Because anything that is less than what the purest of love is, it's on fire, doesn't experience any records. Because it's burning everything up so fast as it goes to experience what love is, it's on fire, giving away energy forever. So it's the energy that we experience that what we use to create worlds with. That's the creative mind, which is the creative energy, which is the amount of fire that is in that energy that is lit. That's the law of one. It began with one. That's the true breath of aloha. The flower is the crown. We wear flowers on the crown. That represents the one. The one with Mother Eve. Eve. E-V, like in vortex, voltage. Right? The mother arc. Space arcs. Right? Arcing spheres. So I mentioned to my clan mother because this is easy to do, right? And this is particularly true when I see a lot of historical stuff that's being scrolled on my Facebook page from the Tartaria group. And I'm going, yeah, that's pretty interesting stuff. I can see these images, right? And basically what that is a circulation library of things that have already happened. But you don't know who created that record, who was in that record, whether that record is even real or not. And here's the proof of that you can experience yourself. Here is one good example. Hollywood. Okay? I've been to Universal Studios. Fascinating place. Okay? Remember Jaws, the movie Jaws? Moves along a track. So what they're doing is simulating what's in a simulation. Reverse engineering. But what it is they have the costume department, they have the record keeping department, they have script writers, they have casting call, the whole crew that is all together to tell a story, right? Okay? And then that story that they're all experiencing is being recorded, which is their records. And then what happens is that record turns into a movie. Now our consciousness can run that API, which is an application programming interface with what it is they did in the past. Now they produce it, put it in a can like they used to do, and run it on a reel-to-reel. That's Snake Eyes. Okay? Now you're experiencing what it is that they produced in the past for you to experience whenever you do in the future. Okay? So now you're experiencing something they already did. It's already happened. So you're not creating anything new with your own creative mind, and that's the point of why they do everything that they do through mass media. Mass media, which is the density through which the media is being experienced by the speed in which we experience who we are. So if you're on fire and you're experiencing what love is at a steady state, then you're experiencing what love is. It goes on forever. So that's the energy that you use to create with, which is on fire. So you're not experiencing anything in the past. It's gone. You're always in the now. What would be considered a future event, that next event is on fire. That next event is experiencing what love is. So that means that wherever we go, we experience who we are, which is what love is, that's on fire, because we love that energy, which means we love that music. And when you're experiencing what love is, because that's what you are in energy, that's called a key code, a pass key, which means automatically your music is in tune with all the other music that is in harmony and balance with all the water worlds, because you're in balance with all the atoms. So now your energy is in balance with all the atoms, which are in balance with all the water worlds. Now you're not experiencing any harm being done to you to distort your waves. Now you're experiencing the waves that are in harmony. Now you're experiencing a heavenly realm. Imagine that. So you're experiencing what love is wherever you go. So now you're not experiencing anything that relates to the past unless you're choosing to pull it back up. But then if you're doing that, you're experiencing something that already happened rather than experiencing what love is in the next moment, which is a new, different experience. Which means you're not experiencing the same thing ever. Because that's how that engine works. That is the hottest engine of creation. Which means you're on fire to experience all of creation that love created. So you have the ability to experience everything that love creates by virtue of being what love is. So love is creation energy that is on fire. And it makes it simple to know that it's unconditional because you don't have to do anything yourself in order to experience it. It's a vibration that you experience when you're in the presence of that vibration. So imagine that's the vibration in the planet. Wow. Everywhere that I go, I'm experiencing what love is. Yeah. Which means it's not about me. Which means it's not about private property. So where does that come in? Because private property, energy has value, doesn't it? So the more energy I accumulate in property, like, I own you, you're my property. I own you, you're my slave. I own you, you're my slave. I have all these slaves that are booty on behalf of an emperor. This is all my booty. This is my kingdom. King dominates, or the queen dominates. I've met plenty of those. Right? Stilettos, switchblades. In other words, they wear a blade. Blade runners, maze runners. Right? So you know how that ended up becoming what that is, right? Which means you're not experiencing it because experience is a teacher. I experienced a woman who basically was loaded for bear, which, as she told me one day, I'll cut your fucking nuts off before you blink. Please don't. Right? Where did she learn how to behave like that towards somebody who's a male? Mob, the different mob, another mob, the other mob. That'd be your Vatican priesthood, all the gangsters, right? Go watch the movie Godfather, right? 5 families, number 5 families, right? And so you see what happens. So I tried to flip that to see if it was possible to flip it, which is to bring it in balance, to see if it was possible for this girl to experience pure love in the purest sense, where she begins to realize, wow, really? You mean to tell me that the reason that you're even on this property and you're willing to do everything that I tell you to do is because of how much you love to just be in my presence as a female? Yeah. Your mother, right? I came out of my mother's womb. I love my mother with all my heart and soul. So you're a mother. So we honor all mothers. We honor all first mothers. Honor all first mothers. We honor all mothers. Life comes out of you, doesn't it? Yeah, so we honor the creation that comes out of you. Because we are what love is. So that creation will thrive. Right? We're not trying to control you. How are we ever going to get to know you if we do that? Because now we're holding you as an attachment and memory. Right? We're connected to you, of course, but you're free to go. Go off, explore the galaxy. Where you want to go. I had a guy that I met years ago, and I believe he came out of the SSP. And for the life of me, I cannot remember his name. I've been trying to see if I can remember it to get back with him to see how he's doing. He put a number of little things in my window one time about Lyra, Syria, being serious. I have fun because I'm happy. Because the fuse has been lit. And he said, listen, when this is all over, I'll take you for a ride to another galaxy. And I'm thinking, you're on, brother. I'm an old Starfleet commander from a long. It must have happened so long ago, I don't remember anymore because I don't have any memory of it. I thought that memory was gone. How did I pull that memory up? Must be that I got access to all the records. Okay. What do you want to be? So when you already realize when you're with the one, I know that the energy that flows through me is in everything. And that's why I posted that little message onto Galactic Talk. That you realize with the Shaw House, okay, that there isn't any escape from Adam. Okay. Atoms do communicate with other atoms. Okay. Right. So when they paint themselves in a corner and they're surrounded by atoms that are on fire, what happens to the Shaw House? Return to fire. The spirit of fire that's in me, which is, gosh, that's an enormous amount of love. Yeah, because look what happened. Which means they're no worse off than what they began as, because it is the one all creation. So when we're all with the one, which is with atoms that are on fire to experience what love is, and love is the law, then that would be they get to experience what love is over again, which means uncreate it, as if it never happened. Because now we're experiencing the end of history. Which means all the stuff that happened in the past doesn't matter code anymore. It's gone. It's like a cosmic level reset, if you can imagine that. Because all the atoms that communicate with all the other atoms got the message throughout all the other atoms when the one put the call out. So the atoms decide what atoms are experiencing, which is to bring the cosmos back into alignment to balance all the atoms, which are the water worlds. That's the law. So when atoms communicate what the law is, which is what love is that goes on forever, then we're all getting the message. I got the message. I'm sharing that message with you all. So that's what I do. That's the intelligence. That's the highest intelligence, which is through the light, which is living spirit that is on fire, gifting electrons. Giving it all away. Giving it all away. Giving it all away. Free energy. Love is free energy. It doesn't cost anything to be loved by us. So you know that Adam's going to have the last say because it begins with what? Love. Love is the answer. Love answered the phone. The call went out. The fire call went out. We need all the spirits of fire. All the spirits of fire coming together in the atoms. That's like the main dispatcher, Ground Central. Ground Central, the fire station. Right? The electrical company of the multiverse. We got the call, Adam. We got the call. Calling all cars, calling all cars, calling all atoms, calling all atoms. Adam put the call out. Adam put the call out. All living spirits in fire, in water worlds. Put the call out. Put the call out. We need the spirit of fire. Pull the fire all together. Wow. All the spirit and fire is all coming together through all the atoms. Whoa. Atoms are self-aware. You cannot escape from all the atoms that are on fire. That's how it works. Chapter 5. Five Finger People. Have a great day.